Hello there.
Bonjour and welcome to the audio guide of the MC Academy.
I'm Dorian Robinson, an intern from London.
And I am Emmanuel Vacher from Paris.
As the first interns at the MC Academy, we were given creative license to come up with our own ideas on how to promote the Academy. So, we decided to make this podcast.
The Academy is a legal educational institution. So we conducted a little research about what people first think of when they think of legal studies.
The common outsider's perception of legal study has been neatly summarised in the film, the modern classic, Legally Blonde. Law school, the film tells us, is for people who are boring and ugly and serious.
And we all know that long, heavy look, full of pity, when we tell someone that we're law students, which for them basically means learning by heart millions of rules and having no social life nor any interest apart from school.
Yes, quite. Even people from a legal background often have a negative view of legal education.
Yes. For instance, the writer David E. Kelley remarks that the more lawyers there are, the more people are there to encourage others not to go to law school.
On a more serious note, Barack Obama has stated in his autobiography that the study of law can be disappointing at times, a matter of applying narrow rules and arcane procedure to an uncooperative reality, a sort of glorified accounting that serves to regulate the affairs of those who have power. On a more personal note, Emmanuel, how was your own experience of law school?
Well, to be very honest with you, I was under a lot of pressure when I was a legal student in France. The education was very strict and there was no real space for questioning or any discretion in applying all of the rules that we had to learn by heart.
As a student from a common law jurisdiction from the UK, I too had my fair share of problems, albeit different to the ones that you experienced, Emmanuel. Each course I took came complete with a tome, a massive book, which we were told held within its pages the key to our academic success. In the end, success in my degree became about who could learn the highest number of cases. Legal reasoning and critical thinking were shoved to one side. Thinking outside of the box itself became unthinkable.
This is amongst the reasons why the Academy has pioneered a blueprint for change. The Academy's vision is to rethink the future while constructing our present realities, which means that the Academy wants to use all tools acquired in the past and in the present to improve the future of legal education. You know, for instance, the Academy has a strong commitment to cross-disciplinary research, incorporating developments in other fields than the legal ones, such as economics or psychology.
Because of this, the mission of the MC Academy is to make a clean break from this stale form of legal education. As such, we are dedicated to innovation in the field of legal education and research. The core ethos of the Academy is sapere aude, that's Latin for dare to know. Whilst traditional institutions focus on the same formalistic issues that have dominated legal education for decades, MC Academy desires to reinvigorate legal study by concentrating on contemporary problematics. We dare to ask new questions in international law and hence cultivate new fields of legal knowledge, creating the opportunity for our students to produce original research, something which was not at all straightforward for Emmanuel and I to do in our legal training.
In the same vein, the Academy wants to revolutionize the methods used in legal education to trigger innovative thoughts. Let's imagine that instead of having halls of hundreds of students, we would focus on small, highly participatory classes, where there would be no space for wrong ideas. The Academy wants to launch brainstorming, brainwriting, workshopping, and we also think that technology is widely underused in the field of law, which is why we want to implement online discussion fora, webinars, or e-learning.
I think what we've made clear up to this point is that the Academy distinguishes itself from other educational institutions on the basis of its philosophy, its core ethos. We don't believe in a hierarchical system of education. We consider that we are a community of equals, no matter how extensive your experience in the legal world is, or from what background you come from. It is for this reason that we insist that we are on first-name terms from day one at the Academy. In this vein, we object to the old-fashioned associations of legal education. To give you an example of what we are talking about, when Emmanuel and I were studying law together, we had a practical course where we were tasked to create a legal memorandum with a group of other students, with a group of our friends. Fun, we thought. At least more fun than writing essays alone in the library. But no, our professors explicitly forbade any use of social media in our communications with one another. This was how real firms operated, we were told. We had to use our university email to communicate, something which many people had lost the password to long ago. The MC Academy believes that this kind of narrow formalism belongs to the past and contributes to the negative perception many have of the law.
These are all beautiful theoretical considerations, but we should also point out that the Academy works on concrete cases on a daily basis. We have areas of specialization, which we call clusters, and which themselves contain specific units, focusing on education, research, and training in international law. The first of them is called Alternative Dispute Resolution, and includes a discussion about dispute resolution processes and techniques that act as a means for disagreeing parties to come to an agreement. This cluster is also very committed to cross-disciplinary research. For instance, we currently have a project on neurosciences and decision-making. The idea is to use other fields of knowledge to foster progress and trigger improvements.
The second area on which we are focusing is public international law. Examples of units included in this cluster are international law for diplomats and practitioners, international environmental law, and negotiation in international conferences. We feel that there is a real demand for such programs, and that there is space to cover the issues in an innovative and original manner. We hope to have a series of table discussions on contemporary issues in international environmental law in the very near future, and are in the process of organising a comprehensive course on public international law specifically tailored for diplomats.
The Academy's third cluster is called Comparative Financing and Banking Transactions. As indicated in its title, it has a strong comparative aspect, and it focuses on the regulatory regimes of the international banking and financial markets. For now, early training and research have been dedicated to Islamic finance and banking, where we aim at building a reconciliation between Islamic and modern standards, so that they could serve to each other's improvements.
Fourthly, we are going to concentrate on international energy law, looking at areas such as energy law in the MENA region, EU energy policy and law, and the Energy Charter process. The importance of energy security, and therefore clear rules regulating energy issues, cannot be overstated. Nevertheless, there is not one centralized regime to deal with international energy rules and disputes. Some issues are dealt with under regional treaties, such as the European Union treaties, some under the WTO rules, and others still under the Energy Charter Treaty itself. The resulting situation is a messy mix of overlapping rules and distinct treatment for distinct countries. This imperfect situation can have especially negative effects on the prospects of moving to renewable energy sources by means of international cooperation. Given the importance of this issue, at the formal launch of the Academy in Bahrain, we will host a seminar debating the future of energy renewables in the context of international law.
Our last cluster is Innovation and Technology in Legal Services and Education, which comprises units such as Design Thinking in the Legal Industry and Internet in the Law. To provide you with an example, the Academy is currently creating a conference on arbitration and innovation, which will tackle very practical issues, such as the adaptation of our model of arbitration to different legal traditions, innovations to improve speed and efficiency of arbitration methods, and the dangers of using new technologies in the legal fields.
The MC Academy currently operates across Europe and the Middle East, with offices in Brussels, Belgium, and Manama in Bahrain. Programs and events have been organised throughout Europe and in the Middle East, currently focusing on the potential for legal reform in the Middle East. For example, the Academy has organised a retreat considering the role of Arabic women in the legal world. This is due to take place in the Netherlands. Another focus area is on the training of European legal practitioners and diplomats in the area of international law.
To sum up, I think the most important features that distinguish the Academy from other institutions are as follows. First, the Academy teaches you more than just legal knowledge. We aim to share with you a way of thinking that can revolutionize your life, regardless of what path you choose to follow. Second, The lack of hierarchy at the Academy means that everyone's insights are equally valued. This, in turn, creates an atmosphere where everyone feels comfortable to share their views, thus increasing the productivity of discussion and the rate at which new ideas are generated. On top of that, I believe that joining the Academy is a way for you to contribute to the elaboration of the new perspectives that we are trying to create.
It will provide you with access to the services of hard-working professionals dedicated to the Academy's vision.
It is also a way to trigger lifelong bonds with other independently minded students and practitioners.
It provides unique admission to conferences, lectures, and seminars hosted by the Academy,
which gives rise to an opportunity to interact with academics and specialists in small groups, so that everyone's voice may be heard.
Finally, we believe that the Academy can be a major player in international legal education. Other legal educations do not sufficiently take into account the rapidly evolving aspects of international law and effective educational techniques. As they continue to focus on dry, formalistic issues and traditional teaching methods, we will focus on the real pressing problems of the moment and dynamic educational techniques. This can only increase our legitimacy as an institution as time passes.
We believe wholeheartedly in the MC Academy mission, and we hope to have convinced you that joining us was the right choice.
Thank you for listening. For more information, go to www.mc-academy.org/member.
Bye-bye.
Bye.